Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Machinery Time with Mark. I am Mark, and out here on a beautiful day here in Woodhull, Illinois. I might have done a little, I guess what they call it, a hook on the thumbnail. Find out that some of the equipment pages I've been doing probably are a little boring, and I'm trying to make them a little bit shorter and more exciting. And I think you will find this one very interesting. I found it very interesting when I was putting it all together. And I will talk to you at the end, and hopefully you'll like it. Oh, and also please subscribe. That really helps me a lot and gets more followers. And please like, subscribe, and comment below. I haven't gotten very many comments below. Just tell me about what you think of the channel, what you think I've been doing. If you like this video, want me to keep doing it like this, I will try. And what you've thought about some of my other ones. No feelings can be hurt. I appreciate the feedback and just trying to get this growing and see what we can do. So with that, I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, with that, let's get started. In 1847, there was a man named Robert Tate. He was partners with John Deere in Moline. And they were obviously partners, and their company was called Deere and Tate Company. When they first came, it was actually Deere, Tate, and Gould Company. In 1852, Deere purchased Tate's share of the company, and he was obviously no longer with the company. In 1854, Tate starts his own plow shop. And in 1855, Charles Buford becomes a partner with Tate and becomes Buford and Tate Company. By 1865, Buford and Tate have a growing business in Moline, and they just keep expanding. In 1882, they incorporate and become Rock Island Plow Company. Also in 1882, they have a fire. It's the entire factory, but they know they must rebuild. In 1898, the factory is rebuilt and bigger and stronger than ever. They decide to start building branch houses across the United States. So one of the first branch houses they build is in Dallas, Texas in 1898. Oddly enough, in 1901, the Dallas branch house burns to the ground. It's a 5-story building, and it was hit by lightning. In 1902, the Dallas branch is rebuilt to a 7-story brick building that should be much safer from lightning strikes. By 1912, the Rock Island Plow Company has a huge catalog of items that farmers can purchase. The catalog is over 400 pages of everything you would possibly need on a farm. But there was one thing missing in the catalog that they were looking into. And yes, you guessed it, the tractor. By 1913, Rock Island Plow Company started to offer Hyder tractors, known as the Rock Island Plow Hyder tractor. By 1916, Rock Island Plow purchased the Hyder tractor line from Hyder Company. They moved the tractor production line from Carroll, Iowa to Rock Island, Illinois. By this time, all the manufacturers out there were coming up with their version of a tractor. And Hyder and Rock Island Plow had gone through the struggles, too, of trying to figure out what the best design was. In 1925, Rock Island Plow and Hyder was a success with the 1517 tractor. As you can see by the pictures, Hyder went through a lot of different changes, a lot of updates and different designs of their tractors. They kept building their tractors for quite a long time, and the Hyder tractor stayed in production in Rock Island until the 1930s. A good friend of mine and my dad's used to speak of the time that he was young and his dad purchased a new Rock Island Hyder tractor and picked it up in Rock Island at the factory. So the factory to the farm was roughly 10 to 12 miles away. So imagine going that far on steel wheels. But Kenny reminded me that they were so happy to have the tractor, a new tractor, that it didn't really bother them at all. By the mid-1930s, the Hyder tractor, Rock Island Plow Hyder tractor, was not keeping up with other brands. The productivity, the horsepower, and just everything about other brands were outselling the Hyder. So in 1937, the GI Case Company purchased Rock Island Plow Company, purchased everything, even the Hyder brand. They took over the facilities here in Rock Island, and they started building their own tractors. They did not use any of the Hyder at all. Here is a list of kind of a lot of the tractors that they did build in Rock Island. If you look at the list, you can see that they were not built there for very long, kind of short periods of time. I don't know if they weren't popular tractors or not. I'm not sure. But as you can see in the list, they were made up to about 1960s. I'm not really sure, 100% sure how long they kept building tractors there. It wasn't an area that I grew up in the Quad Cities, so I didn't get to that area too often. So we've gotten to a point with the company, with Rock Island Plow, kind of the end with Case. But let's go back to their new building for them in Dallas. November 22nd, 1963 is a memorable day in Dallas, and quite a memorable day for that building. By the time this in 1963, the building no longer was owned by the Rock Island Plow Company or Case. The building was sold in 1937 to the Caraway Bird Corporation, and the building was rented out to various businesses. And at that time, the building was rented to the School Book Depository. I'm sure I don't have to explain to a lot of you what happened that day and what happened to that building and in front of that building. Yes, it was kind of a hook at the beginning saying, did Rock Island Plow kill President Kennedy? But it makes you wonder if the building was rebuilt on that spot, would it have happened? Obviously, no one knows the answer to that. Another theory that did happen, and kind of wonder what would have happened. The building here with the dot over it, that's actually the old John Deere building in next door to it. Oddly enough, Rock Island Plow and Deere had buildings next to each other. By the 63, Deere was not in that building anymore, and it was called the Dahl Tex building. And there were rumors that possibly shots came from that building and not the depository. So they were running around to both buildings at the time. It was quite chaotic. As I'm sure most of you have seen from the videos and things back then, it was a massive manhunt for Oswald, or whoever did it at the time. Sadly, President Kennedy passed away at Parkland Hospital. And Mrs. Kennedy was always known for that pink dress that she had on that day. Like they say, it's one of those days that if you were alive then, you always remembered where you were at when you heard the news. I was not born yet. I was born in 65. But I've always found it interesting. I've always found the Kennedy assassination interesting. And I hope if there's any secrets out there, the truth is found someday. So on that note, let's just zip back to Rock Island, Illinois, to the Rock Island Plow site. The buildings have all been torn down now. I believe the last of them were torn down about the early 2000s. I've kind of put on this map here. You can kind of see where it was. Dorn Transfer is there now. They tore down the buildings. They had no use for the buildings anymore. With all their semis and transferring everything, the buildings were of any use for them. So that's really everything I have about Rock Island Plow Company. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you didn't mind the hook. I hope you understand why I tied them together. It was important. It was things that could have changed history. Obviously, it was not Rock Island Plow's problem or Case's problem. It wasn't anything they did. So if you're ever in Dallas, Dealey Plaza, well known, obviously, tourist area. At least you know there was a little bit of farm history in that area. You'll know where obviously the book depository was Rock Island Plow, and then the building like next to it with the red dot over it there, that was John Deere. In the tours, I'm sure they will list it as the Daltex building, but you'll know that it was John Deere at one time. So with that, I appreciate you watching. Like I said before, please like and subscribe and share. It really helps me out. With this video, it really kind of ends with a lot of the smaller companies here in the Quad Cities. So I'll be going on to like the John Deere, might expand more into Case, obviously going to expand more into Minneapolis-Moline. I know a lot of you are looking forward to me doing the Veely family. I have a lot of information and history on the Veelys. They obviously made automobiles here in the Quad Cities, trucks, airplanes, and the infamous, very rare Veely tractor. My grandfather ran the Veely farm for many years and ran a dairy there also. And I'm also thinking about purchasing a Veely car. I found one that needs some restoration, so that might be a future video. There are also many videos, I'm sure, restoring a car, so I've never done that before. But so with that, thank you for watching, and have a good day and have a great week. And thank you very much. Bye-bye.